I don't hear anything.
Can you see her?
Mhm. Let me go to her page and see if it's live there.
What's the name of her website? What's it
The Avril Show.
called? April.
Can you hear me? Can you hear me?
Yes.
You can hear me loud and clear?
Yes.
Okay. Let's make sure everything is working right. Okay, someone said good night to all. So are you hearing us loud and clear? The person that said good night to all, Mr. Phipps, are you hearing us loud and clear? Just making sure we're coming across to, yes, loud and clear. So we're there. We're just trying to,
Awesome.
we're just trying to look beautiful, my people. Just give us 1 second. You're here on the Avril Show. Spread the love, share the love, and just share it to others that there's a great show on with some information. We see, um, if you can see us, this is not the regular Facebook live show where when you go live on Facebook, people see you right away and they see who is watching. It doesn't work like that here, but once you comment on the chat, I can see the comments, but it can tell me how many people are watching, but it does not tell me who is watching. So some folks will say, you don't say hello to me and I'm watching you, but if you're just watching and you don't type in on the show, then I don't hear you because it's not a Facebook live show. We are coming through Facebook, but it's not a Facebook live show. So anyway, we're in the studio here right now. We have an exciting, exciting night. So I'm going to give the people 1 minute. Some people say, "I come on and oh my goodness." Hey, when it comes to sponsor and time and business, time is important. Time is important. Someone here who is very important, and her time is important. So last week, I did my show, and my friend was there who is watching now. Say 12,000 views, and I say that's the thing. I mean, when you're doing a show, people don't always see it the same time. Some people watch it later, some people watch it tomorrow, but it's there for those who tune in. So, to everyone, if you're watching, just type in on the show and say good night or hello, and we will know that you're there. But in the meantime, we're here to talk about Teach Me How to Heal. You saw it with the post that I have, but you're going to understand it on a different level tonight. And we're going to bring you some information that we, the people, need to talk about that we don't talk about, afraid to talk about, afraid to admit. And we're going to talk about it tonight. So I am going to, someone say good night, Dawn. I don't want to pronounce your last name wrong. Oh, it's Dawn. Good night and hello. Valerie saying good evening. So wherever you are saying good evening, we appreciate you for taking the time and tuning in here and be with us. So no matter how much time you're here, Shelly Fan speak, I know every time she speak, it's a rude awakening. So we want to wake up the people tonight. If you're in bed, wake up. It's not the time to sleep. It's the time to hear what you need to hear. So spread the love out there and share the live that the show is on. Some people may go on the different link, but if you're on the Avril Show page, you can see it. If you're on Avril Francis, you can view it, but some people may go to the link that I post today, but it will take them back here. But welcome, welcome. And thank you for taking the time to joining me here on my program. It's very important that we speak about this event that is coming up on April 20th and let the people understand what the event is all about. And for those who tune in late that may not hear, they can rewind. That's the great thing about the show. Many people are going to see it from the beginning later. But for right now, we're here and we're going to start the program. And I'm going to give you a hint about Caribbean people. They always late. They always late. They will have a function that starts at 10 and they will tell you 9 because they feel if they put 9, you will get there for 10 when they want to start. But if we show people that time is important, we don't have to do that. We do not have to do that. Good evening to you, Arita Richards. Good evening to you. So we don't have to do that. We have to teach people that time is important. 9 o'clock is 9 o'clock. Some people say, I know you say nine, but I get home at, it's okay if you're running late from work, but we're here to do a program tonight and we're going to start with the show. Teach me how to heal. And I want you to teach me first since we're here. Welcome to the show, Shelly Fan Fan, and I'll let you introduce yourself and tell the people where you are because you look like you're someplace where the sun is beaming on you.
So first and foremost, thank you so much, Avril, for having me on the show tonight. I really appreciate your trust and your time. My name is Shelly Fan Fan. I'm a licensed psychotherapist that practices out of the state of Florida. I've been practicing for about 25 years. I help individuals and married couples get over emotional injury. I also have an opportunity to work with corporation leaders and helping them to apply the secret sauce to excellence and making sure that they understand the psychology behind the spirit of excellence and helping them to bring their teams to peak performance. And that is what I do each and every day. I get to operate in my purpose, which is to bring people to that crossroad where psychological principles and kingdom protocols meet to truly provide people the opportunity to live in total life prosperity.
Mm. And I'm going to break it down on a lower level for those who are listening. I see Brenda Monera. Thank you. I saw you share it tonight. And Mary Ferguson, thank you tonight. And Carmen Williams who also say, good evening to all. We thank you for tuning in. Just share the life, please, so someone else can get the information. Um, I know you talk about all the love and care that you're giving to people. And there is a show coming to Long Island. It's called
Right.
Teach Me How to Heal. For everyone who is on my page, they saw the flyer. People read flyers, but they don't understand. Tonight, you're
Yeah.
here to break it down because the word healing, we all need it. Whether it's on the job, losing a loved one, breaking up in a relationship, being lonely. Anne Maria, you're lonely. Being single. Some
Mhm.
people are single and frustrated, depressed,
Mhm.
overcame finding a husband or a wife. So people are struggling today with all levels of depression. Mental illness is on a rise. I
Mhm.
think you coming here to New York City, the mayor of New York, every elected official should be sitting in that room trying to understand, and maybe because they don't know. So the problem is, I won't knock them if they're not aware, because I sure some people tonight is the first they're hearing you speak about it. And that
Right.
may make them think different. But tell me, what is the show all about? Because healing, we all need a day to just get out our house and be someplace where we can just let it all out. Break it down to me.
Yeah. So first and foremost, it is a conference. The Teach Me How to Heal conference was birthed out of this idea that too many of us are normalizing abnormalities. I believe that when most people hear mental illness, they count themselves out. Usually, when we think of mental illness, we all have different images that pop in our head, whether we are imagining that person who's rocking back and forth, drooling at the mouth at the state hospital, whether we see it as someone that may be walking through the streets talking to themselves or responding to stimulus only they see. But it also refers to that person that does not have the capacity to get 8 hours of uninterrupted rest. We are also talking about the person who's in their third, fourth, fifth, sixth failed relationship. We're talking about the person that doesn't love themselves, doubt themselves, and are unable to operate in the purpose which God has given them because of their self doubt, because of their procrastination. We're talking about the person that has all of these amazing ideas and starts another project and starts another project and starts another project and finds themselves not being able to finish. We're talking about the person who is paralyzed by fear and cannot operate in the assignments that they were already wired for. We are talking about emotional disturbances that people normalize and just live life accepting being in fear, accepting waking up angry, accepting that this is what life is going to look like. All of that is emotional disturbance. When you cannot turn your own thoughts off in long enough to get some rest, that can be tied to some level of emotional disturbance. So we are in this world that is moaning and groaning. And there are people that are within this world that do not know how to heal. And what's important about that is, first and foremost, we have to be aware that there is a need for us to heal. Many of us have gotten so used to living that way that we are no longer even looking for ways to break out of that. Many of us are confined by our expectations. Our expectation become walls of confinement because we cannot see past our unhappiness. We cannot see past that horrible relationship. We cannot see past our sick children. The conference was birthed to give people the secret sauce, to give people practical skills to be able to elevate their quality of life. And for myself personally, having an opportunity to apply the very skill sets that I was teaching my clients for many years, went through a dark season, depression, anxiety, suicidal thoughts. I can go on and on and on. You come to teach me how to heal in Uniondale, April 20th, you'll get the whole story. But God was not going to allow me to get on a microphone and speak about a destination that I had not yet arrived. So even myself had to go through a season where I had to apply very practical skills to take my anxiety from a 7 to a 4. I had to go through a process of learning how to do it afraid, how to take my anger from a 10 to a 6. So our phenomenal speakers are going to provide that secret sauce to the attendees on April 20th.
Wow, and you said it. Good night, good night, good night. Someone just, oh, Leonie Shorty, good evening to you. Marva Forrest, good evening to you. Minister B, thank you so much. Problem say, wow, yes, especially in the Black community. And Mary Ferguson said, good evening to you, Sandra Miller. Barry, good evening to you, everyone. Yes, in the Black community, we are living with pride. I must admit, pride, embarrassment, shame, looked down on. You understand? Claudette Brown, good evening to you also. We are in a community where if you tell someone you feel depressed, they look at you and say, oh, girl, please. You know, you have a house, you have a car, you have beautiful children, you're beautiful. So right away they tell you, you're talking nonsense. Why would you be depressed? They think that you have all that, so everything is fine. So
Mhm.
people keep all that bungle up inside. We go to work every day. We hear of CEOs come home to their wife, commit suicide, just finish working. And people say, but everything looks so great today. So how do we break that cycle and just be able, like on April 20th, when you're opening the doors, where you're telling people, come on out and get healing, listen to some renowned speakers who are going to be there to motivate us and give us another way of thinking. So
That's
I'm just thinking that we travel, we do all that. Leonie, I know you like to travel. People travel, people go to school. I'm around so much people that I'm learning now what depression look like. People go to college and they can't stop going to school. They just keep going to school because that keep them going. And there is an issue behind it. Some people on the job, they're nurses, they're talking down to you, talking crazy to you. You responding to them, not recognizing this person have issues. But how do they get the help? I deal with police officers every day, and I say, oh my God, I prefer the our officers, our elected officials who are out there 24 hours on the battlefield. When do they say, I need healing? How do you get them in there? I just got on where will this be? Oh, Claudette Brown, this is going to be in Uniondale, Long Island on April 20th. And it's an 8 to 4 whole day event. And I'm going to say doctor. I call people doctor. As long as you're healing me, you're my Shelly Fan Fan. Tell us, it's going to be from 8 to 4. You're going to have breakout session. You're going to provide lunch. You're going to be meeting so many people. And I just finished speaking to someone to say, how can we get transportation for everybody to get together and just come out to this event? It's a fee. It's on my page. We're going to also share it where you could scan the code, see more about it, find out the cost and see and the videos and different things. Dawity Shaw just joined in. Yes. Having a lot does not prevent a person from being depressed. No, Mary Fredericks McLeod. Good evening to you. She was just honored on Saturday at the event that I spoke to you about, that I went to at Montefiore. This young lady come through a storm, I call this, and survive it, and still going through her healing process. And Mary, you're somebody, I wish I could just tell you, come on, let's go. I will cover your cost. I will sponsor you to be there. We need a day where our people can find healing, a day to just cry, let it out, share their story. So I'm going to let you talk more. What motivated you? I know this is the first time you're coming to New York with this, and you let them know where you're coming from while we're in the cold.
So, as I said, I practice here in the sunny state of Florida. We had the conference for the first time, April 15th, 2023. In 2022, I received three prophetic words that I was going to have a series of events. And so for the people who were close to me, the people that I allowed myself to be vulnerable before, because understand there's no healing without vulnerability. There is no healing without vulnerability. So the people that I allowed myself to be vulnerable to, who understood my story and knew what I had come from, said, these things that you did to heal yourself, the things that you did every day, those routines, that secret sauce that I keep referencing, they said that this is going to be a healing prescription for others to follow. You should have an event. After the third time I heard it, I said, okay, let me really start to think about what this would look like. In April of 2023, we had our first conference, and it was standing room only. After that conference, we had a Teach Me How to Heal Women's Retreat in January, where 25 women received amazing healing and practical skills to maintain that healing process, that they can go back to the states where they live and continue to apply skills, so that they didn't just have a motivational experience or an emotional experience, but they left with a prescription to follow so that they can get healed, so their marriages can get healed, so their children can consequently get healed as well. This past March, we had a Teach Me How to Heal conference specifically for speakers who wanted to share their secret sauce, their healing message for the world. And now, on April 20th, we will bring that same prescription to Uniondale, Nassau County. Teach Me How to Heal. We have motivational speakers that are going to be helping everyone to understand, all the attendees to understand their space in this place. We all have an assignment. And it's important for us to get well for that assignment. And there are so many lives attached to our wellness and helping people to get motivated to do the work that they have to do to get over the grief, to get over the infertility, to get over the betrayal, to get over the divorce, to get over that lost job, to get over that unexpected diagnosis. We all are wired and resourced to get the healing that we need and we deserve. And we all need to put ourselves in position where we can learn how to get there. After those motivational speakers, we have a testimonial from a powerful woman who attempted suicide twice. And she talks about her experience literally transitioning from this life to the afterlife, whatever that looks like, talks about that process, what was going through her mind when this was happening. And she talks about what she did to get healed. We have 5 breakout sessions that includes hypnosis, how to self-love, how to overcome depression, how to overcome trauma, and how to overcome stress and anxiety. Our attendees will have the opportunity to attend 2 of those 5 breakouts. At the end of the entire conference experience, we're going to be learning how to tap, how to decompress. And then we have decompression rooms. So after going through those different breakouts, hearing from these professionals, talking about ways to overcome, talking about ways to break free from stress and anxiety, how to regulate your moods, how to get yourself making effective decisions, we have 4 decompression rooms that include dance therapy, art therapy, meditation, and therapeutic stretch. We are attempting, and what we have designed the conference to do is to give attendees a full sphere exposure to what healing looks like.
You know, while you were talking, I started feeling like I was getting anxiety, like something was releasing from me because you're talking, and a lot of people may not take it serious. But I'm going to say this: when you talk about getting your healing for your marriage, healing for your family, healing for your jobs. Some of us just work, 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 work. And the job, they'll tell you straight up, the job is stressing me out. I'm stressed out on the job. But do we take a time? Good evening to you, Ron Apache. So long, haven't seen you. It's nice to see you tune in tonight. Ron, you need this. And Lady Flame, she's one of those big, I don't know what to call her, motivational, but she's a singer, performer. And when she opened her mouth, she's one of those people that these are the things we need. But as I spoke to the councilman here in the Bronx, Councilman Riley's office, and I said, we have to bring this to the Bronx. But we're coming out on the 20th to see what this is about. Because if we're not there to tell the people what it's about, I can't come back and tell my people what they miss. But I have to be there because we have marriages that are screaming. A young lady, I was reading something she wrote. She's going through a divorce. She said she never knew she hated her husband that bad until she was locked down for the pandemic with him for 2 years.
Mm.
And the stress and what she went through. Now, teach me how to heal might have been something that could have saved her if she had got the help that she need. Because sometimes, as you say, the people, well needed program, Marva Forrest says, thank you. The problem that we have here is that we surround ourselves with people that push us deeper into the depression that we're into. We don't have people who teaching us how to heal or can help us. And look at God. This life is right on time. Before the life, about an hour ago, I had to do a 10 minutes breathing meditation session. There goes Anne Mary saying that we have to be open. Yes, Leonie. And it is so true, Sandra. We have to speak up. So many of us have gone through years of depression, silent depression, where we just go from breaking up in a relationship, being hurt, losing loved one, being hurt by a friend, being betrayed. And when you put all this together, we never got healing. But we
Right.
move on and we find somebody to love us and we buried it up all inside, but it's still there. It's still there festering. We come out of relationship that we are not over, but we just going on every day that we just want to find someone else to help us to deal with that pain, but we never got healing from that
Right.
pain. So I would encourage a few of my friends that are listening today. If you don't have a car, let's do what they call carpool and let's put gas together, toll together. Let's get out. See, we
Yeah.
talk about women empowerment, and we don't know women empowerment starts here. We coming out for healing together
Right.
and can come back and say and talk about it, how we
Yeah.
feel. Because
Right.
when we decide to do this on another level, DJs out there playing music, they play music and that's their therapy. Oh, when I feel down, I bury myself in music. But when the music is off, then what's next? So
Right.
on April 20th, how can we sit back? You have your husband. Could you imagine you're married and you tell your husband, let's go out for a day of healing? Maybe he will be in a breakout room telling you what's bothering him that he never told his wife.
Wow.
Maybe she might be in a breakout room telling someone else what she's going through that causing her to love him a little less. But I just hold on because of. Women do not understand when we work together, we are a force to be reckoned with. And that is true.
That's good.
There's a balm in Gideon to heal our
Mm,
soul. We're here
mm.
tonight. God was risen, He didn't rise for no reason. This is an extent of it. Because
That's
we need, some of us even need healing just thinking about what Jesus went through for us. So on April 20th, my people, if you could reach one of your friend, one
mm,
soul, and just say, let's go for a day of healing. It gives me goosebumps talking about this. I feel I can talk all night. And
yeah.
this is going to be on my lips for the rest of my life. Teach me how to heal. What a topic this is. So if you're out there tonight, we're here to tell you on March 20th, you see the flyer on my page and the code is on there. Scan it, scan the code, and it will tell you. Me too. I feel it too. So comforting. And if you feel it now, and this is not the show, Leonie, could you imagine being there and listening to all the other speakers? And when you
Yeah.
talk about someone who commits suicide twice or tried, but still here today to tell her story, that's like
Right.
me wondering what it's like to be dead and nobody ever come back and tell us. But trying to commit suicide to take your life and here today to have a second chance to tell people what you went through, I would love to hear that story because it might save some of us from not trying. Because I don't want to try to commit suicide and live.
Mm.
I don't know what that would feel like. I would have to hear from somebody who tried. Because imagine trying to do it like the gentleman who put the gun to his head, shot himself, and have to live paralyzed for the rest of his life. So maybe he needs to come out and understand what it is to heal.
And what I love about the testimony that she's going to share, we have many people, Avril, that talk about what they went through. And I think that it's a beautiful thing when you have an opportunity to share what you went through to a mass audience. I don't believe that gives people the prescription that they need to heal. We not only need to hear what you went through, we need to hear how you healed. We need to hear what you did. We need to hear the other side. And she so eloquently teaches the very specific therapies that she went through to get the healing that she needed and continues to need, talking about how she has to lead a certain life to maintain the healing, right? So healed is not a one and done. Healed is a commitment that we make to live in total life prosperity and to make those decisions and establish those habits that get us there. Our healing, Avril, is on the other side of skills that we have not yet learned. There are many things that we have learned that we must unlearn in order to get healed. Healing is about learning, unlearning, and relearning in a very practical way for us to truly achieve our breakthrough. I'm so happy that you said earlier, when we try to, we've heard people say, well, why are you depressed? Or why are you feeling down? Or why are you feeling low? And then people have the nerve to use people who are less fortunate than us to give us some type of motivation to be happy. Why does it have to be that way? Why do we have to focus on the suffering of other people in order to achieve some type of satisfaction for where we are in our lives? That doesn't sound like total life prosperity. I don't believe that our happiness should be achieved by comparing our lives to others that are suffering or those that are less fortunate than we are. No, our yardstick is what God said we can have. That is our yardstick. Our yardstick, we don't have to compare ourselves to anybody else. We compare ourselves to heaven's capacity on the inside of us. And when we are falling short of that in our finances, in our careers, in our relationships, in our thought life, our mindsets expose the quality of our thoughts. And some of our thoughts are so low grade, we can't carry the calling that's on our lives. That is why we have the responsibility to get healed. It may not have been our fault. The cheating may not have been your fault. The miscarriage may not have been your fault. The cancer may not have been your fault. It may not have been your fault. The trauma, the rape, it may not have been your fault. The trafficking may not have been your fault. But it is our total responsibility to get the healing that we need. And to not say yes to ourselves in this season is complete self-neglect.
To listen to you now, I'm speechless. And I can imagine on April 20th, just sitting there and listening to the the realness of it. It's a rude awakening. We all need, speak on it. You're being heard loud and clear, someone says, Sandra says. Facts. It's deep. The sad reality, it's some individual associate being mentally well with financial success. That's
Wow.
what someone says.
Yeah, we do it all the time. Listen, I love that you own those 3 law firms, sis. It's okay that I love that you got the 3 laundry mats, the 5 laundry mats. Go with I heard you opened your your fourth salon. Go, sis. That's right. You are a $1 million attorney. Go, sis. Understand that being functional doesn't mean that you're healed. You can be functional and not be healed. So this is an opportunity for you to get healed. See, healing could happen voluntarily or involuntarily. You can get to a place where you have no choice but to stop and pay attention to that depression, because the inner thoughts are getting so loud, you can barely function. Do you want it to get it to that point? Because what happens with our emotional instability, it'll whisper till it has to scream. This is your opportunity to take those steps voluntary, to do it voluntary before the breakdown. Because some of us are carrying so much. And Avril, we have the nerve to call it resilience.
Yes.
We have the nerve to call our self-neglect resilience.
I hear that all the time. They want to encourage you that you're so strong. I love your resilience. And they encourage you to continue going because they want to tell you, don't stop what you're doing. You're doing a great job. But nobody ever stopped to say, How are you feeling? Or maybe we need to go to this event. Teach me how to heal. It's the first time. I know things happen all over where people tell you get a massage, get a foot massage, get therapy. People don't want to walk into a doctor's office to say they're going to see a physical therapy, okay? Physical therapist, because to them is embarrassment. You tell a man you go to get therapy, they look at you like you're crazy, but they don't
Mhm.
realize the work, like myself, where people always say, "You're so busy. I need this, and I'm
Mhm.
going to get it. I need this to come back to do what I'm doing here for my people. Because if I don't take care of me, how can I pour into others?" In
Right.
2018, when I was facing anxiety issues, I heard you have the cushy little salary with a beautiful home. What's wrong with you? That's what people ask you. Okay. Some of us are suffering with so much, and one would not even know. That's what I said. We are silently walking around, pretending the makeup, the eyelash, the hair done, and we look beautiful. And everyone say, "You look so beautiful." The person commits suicide. Something is wrong. Something had to be wrong. We never saw it. She looks so beautiful. She go to work every day. Silence. I think silence is deeper than the word people call mental illness.
Mm.
Yes, the word resilience is used loosely. And it's so true, Carmen Williams. It's I hear it all the time, but now that you say it, Shelley, now that you say it, I'm looking into it differently. Because
Absolutely.
people thought it was a word that encouraged you and make you believe you're so strong. I love it. You're and now I'm stepping back from that. Because many times I get on social media, say I'm having such a bad day, and I let it out. And I said one day, if I can come and share my great stories, I need to tell people when I'm having a bad day. Somebody may pray with me. Somebody may encourage me. But imagine I just stay home quiet, silent, wrapped up in my bed, and all the thoughts that going through my head can't get out of my head. But when I do what I have to do, then somebody say, "Why didn't you talk to somebody?" It's because we are afraid of the people we are talking to. Janet Richardson, yes, good evening to you. Most of us are walking time bombs, that person meant.
Right.
But Hodge, I'm sorry you said that, but I hope that you are not one of them, and I hope I'm not one of them. And that's why tonight, before I go any further, I want to thank the people like Teddy Volkswagen, located at 3743 Boston Road in the Bronx, Best Deal Car Service, 757 Burke Avenue in the Bronx, McCall's Bronxwood Funeral Home, located at 4035 Bronxwood Avenue here in the Bronx, and attorney Hugh Campbell, Rodman and Campbell, 1428 East Gun Hill Road in the Bronx. These are the people I depend on to get things done in the community, and these are the people why I continue to do what I do for the community. You could imagine I get a Teddy Volkswagen, a Best Deal Car Service, a McCall's Bronxwood Funeral Home, attorney Hugh Campbell, Montefiore Einstein Hospital, and all of us come together to say we want to take the Bronx. We have our Bronx Board President, Vanessa Gibson. We have our councilman, Kevin C. Riley, our Assembly Speaker, Carly Hasty, our State Senator, Jamal Bailey, and all the other senators and everyone here in New York City to come together and say, we need a day of healing, not just for the community, for the police, for the clergies, for people who are fighting gun violence. Let's come together and make this day. We shut down the Bronx with "Teach me how to heal." People, we need this. And I'm first to tell you, I need it. And I'll be the first one to step up. So, Anne Marie and everybody who's writing up here, I don't want to hear, "How was it?" I want to sit down next to some of you saying, "I'm glad that I took the bold step." Because let me tell you, if you say that you're bringing a reggae artist right now and it's a free event, the park is full, I have seen concert here in New York City. I have to sit back and wonder, is this people? Where these people come from?
Mm.
But tell them about teach me how to heal, a day of healing. They start looking at how much is it? And Marie says she would like to attend. Anne Marie, I'm with you. I'm with you. And we are going. So I said it earlier when I saw the young lady that logged on. I don't like to talk about people personal life, but when you go through what you go through, Mary Fredericks, when you go through what you went through, you need a dear healing. When friends care about you and you don't have the finances, friends supposed to say, I got you, but we are going. You know, this is what I'm talking about. Let's start healing each other by caring for each other. Good evening, everyone. Jackie Williams just joining us. And Jackie, whatever you miss, you can hear it from the beginning because you miss some important information. And this is happening on April 20th here in Long Island. Tell them the address, Shelley, if you have the address right there. Union, yes, it's going to be a day of healing. It's from 8 to 4 breakout session. You heard what the breakout session is going to be. You missed it, but you got to go back to the start of the video because let me tell you something. I'm not missing this for nobody. No matter what comes up, I put everything aside for this because I never had a day where I'm so much want to go to a day where I can get me some healing. I need it. So get your friends, tell somebody, and if we could work out how we're going to get there, if you don't have a vehicle, just say, I'm not driving, and let's carpool together and let's become friends and let's become that woman empowerment that we talk about. Maybe this is what's going to draw us some women together and say, let's start doing bigger things. Shelley, can you tell them where it's going to be? Get some excitement in me again.
Of course, of course. Teach Me How to Heal, April 20th from 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. at the Uniondale Marriott, which is located 101 James Doolittle Boulevard. That's 101 James Doolittle Boulevard, Uniondale, New York, 11553. You
And it's
can
at the
get
hotel, right?
it's at the Marriott Uniondale. Yeah, so at that Marriott Hotel, Uniondale, Nassau County, 11553. You can get your tickets at www.teachmehowtoheal.com. www.teachmehowtoheal.com. The presenting sponsors are the Rho Omega Zeta chapter of Zeta Phi Beta Sorority Incorporated. They are committed to bringing that healing message to their community. We will be ready to bring it to the Bronx too. We are inviting you to come out. You know, Avril, when you talked about the mask that we often wear, the longer we carry it, the heavier it gets. It will get to a point where we no longer have capacity or mental ability, right? Or physical ability to carry the mask. I'm telling you now, it gets to a place where you can no longer carry the mask. The Teach Me How to Heal conference is designed to give attendees practical skills to assist them in managing their symptoms and to understand what the healing process look like, what it entails, what it is required, so people can leave not only motivated but inspired. Those are two different things. We often get motivated and emotionally charged to do things, and it doesn't effect change. That is because we need inspiration. Influence is a push. Inspiration is a spark. We set out our praying, are on fire. All of the speakers that are coming from the Southeast, those that are coming from the Northeast, we have been preparing for this for over a year. The healing message that we are bringing is designed to inspire attendees to leave transformed. That's a choice.
If we continue to talk, you will get the whole show tonight. And this alone is a show. But this is to encourage you to come out and don't miss this. April 20th, 8 a.m. We wake up every day to go to work.
Yes.
We wake up every day. Some of us out all night partying. Take time out for yourself and let's go out and enjoy. Teach me how to heal. Could you imagine someone say, "What are you doing on Saturday?" I'm going to teach myself how to heal. Say it with some zest. Put some zest in there. But if you can't, if someone can't afford it, let's work with each other. Let's support each other. I'm going to start tomorrow saying, okay, it's a fee. Let's see who could sponsor us. Let's see who could sponsor three ladies to come on out to teach me how to heal. We need healing. So to, I'm going up to Bastille Car Service. I'm going up to my Carl's Bronxwood Funeral Home because I need some healing. We're talking about a funeral home here. He might say he gonna see us one day, but for right now, since we still have life, help us to go out and learn how to heal. So I'm going out there because we got to get somebody, Sandra. We got to beg somebody to sponsor us, but we need to go out and get this technique down. So we encourage our elected officials. We encourage the hospitals and every place that is teaching mental illness is to get the people that can help them because medication alone can't do it. Sometimes people just need to hear. They just need to hear a different voice from the voice that they're thinking they're hearing every day.
Right.
So if you have your husband or your wife, go out and get healing so you can be more powerful and stronger to hold up your marriage. As Janet Richardson say, sharing is caring. I'm going to put all the information on the screen for those who log on later. For those who are on, it's www.teachmehowtoheal.com. You can't go wrong with that. Scan the code, see what you're missing because it's right there. Shelley, it is such an opportunity. We're going to come back and talk more after. But for tonight, this is just, I like when you talk about the sauce. This is just a little taste of the sauce that they're going to be tasting on April 28th in Uniondale, New York, Long Island. So I'm going to put more information out. We're going to keep spreading the word. And to each and every one, take the flyer, share it to a friend, tell them what they're going to be missing. Get the it's on my page. So just take the flyer and share it on your page and say, I listened to her speak. You're going to be missing out if you're not there. Come on out and be there. Thank you so much, Avril and Shelley. Yes, thank you, Anne Marie Ferguson. This is what we're here for, information and to enlighten, highlighten, and you said some words tonight because I'm here thinking they've always said, girl, please, I like your cell and you're this and you're that. And all they were doing is putting a bandage on the sore. You get up every day stressed out, and people just want you to go and go and go. But nobody ever say, we need a place where we go and get some healing. The healing
Yes.
starts tonight, right here. Share the live and share the flyer and the information. And together, we will all walk together. If we have to walk, we're going to walk, but we get into Long Island. Shelly, I thank you so much. But let's give them the information one more time. They're gonna have breakout
Absolutely.
rooms.
Oh,
They're gonna be listen, they're gonna be meeting people that they would have never met if they had lay home in their bed and go back to work on Monday morning.
it is an opportunity for each and every person within the sound of my voice. It's a unique opportunity, whether it's you bringing your husband, you dragging your wife, your sister, your cousin. And if you believe that there's no way that I could make it, you can buy a ticket and change someone's life and say, look, sis, this is for you. Look, bro, go ahead. I bought this ticket. Make it out to Teach Me How to Heal. Our presenting sponsor is the Rho Omega Zeta chapter of Zeta Phi Beta Sorority Incorporated. When you go to www.teachmehowtoheal.com, you will see all of the amazing sponsors that are making this event happen. You too can become a sponsor by going to www.teachmehowtoheal.com. April 20th, Uniondale, Long Island. Come and get your dose. Come and get your portion. There is an answer for you. You no longer have to live a life that is confined. Walls that confine you can only be built by you. Walls that confine you can only be built by you. So we are inviting you to break out of your personal prison and meet us in Uniondale, April 20th. Uniondale, Long Island. We'll see you there at the Teach Me How to Heal conference.
As Janet just said, everyone will leave there a changed person. Philbert, you need to be there. Sometimes you have to tell that job, I have to go to teach me how to heal because of what I'm going through. No job should tell a person they can't do it, because in order to have good workers, could you imagine if you're on the job going through what you're going through and you speak to your boss and admit what you're going through? That boss should say, I will sponsor this for you so they can have productive workers, not give you your flowers when you're dead and replace you, but teach you how to heal. I don't know how to end this program. I'm not going to cry. Shelly Fan Fan, I thank you so much for bringing this to New York. And I want to thank Dawn, our girl. I thought she would have joined us tonight, but she probably busy getting things done. But Dawn, wherever you are, shout out to you. And we'll see you on April 20th. And Shelly, we'll be talking some more. But to everyone who tune in, spread and share the live, share the flyer to your friends, your loved ones, and your coworkers. We thank you for being a part of the Avril Show, and we will be look forward to you on April 20th. Shelly, thank you so much, and enjoy Florida because we up here, we're still in our jackets, but we'll make the weather nice for you.
I hope so, but I have my jacket ready for April 20th as well. Hopefully it'll be sunny. We'll see.
And listen, it will be cold outside, but we'll be warm on the inside.
That's right. And healed.
And healed. That's it. Thank you so much. And give them a last word before you leave.
When it comes to healing, it is our entitlement. We need you. This idea that we don't owe people but to love them, or whatever that saying is, I never really believed that. We owe the world our gifts. And the more well we become, the more effective we become in changing the world one life at a time. So all the things that inspire you, especially the people that admire you, you are admired and inspired by them because it's something that's on the inside of you. And so give yourself access to an elevated life, a life of heightened level of quality. Only you can give you that. There are certain needs that you have that only you can meet. And so give yourself the gift of healing. Buy your ticket and be in that space, April 20th, Marriott in Uniondale at the Teach Me How to Heal conference. I will see you there.
See you there, my people. Good night, everyone. And thank you so much, Shelly, for being here. See you on
Thank you for
April
having
20th.
me.
Good night.